issue with anti-mage is that you need a very good support in your lane sitting there helping you out to get you to the battle fury timing, which is most likely going to be 15 to 16 minutes or maybe a little later. Let's see what time you got your battle fury here. You go, wow, that is actually okay, 16 minutes, so not that early. You have a dazzle, very good support against very good support for an anti-mage. You even got a kill, so definitely, if you got a kill and you have a dazzle and you didn't die or anything like that, then at this stage of the game, you should have had Battle Fury, Tread's Battle Fury at around 14 minutes. So the fact that you got it at 16 minutes tells me that your last hitting is not very good. Uh, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's not very good. You're probably getting somewhere around um, looks of it. You're getting around 55-ish CS at 10 minutes. You need to push it to 70. Definitely need to push it to 65, but 70 would be where your aim has to be. With 70 CS at 10 minutes in, you can push this Battle Fury timing to 14 minutes in. And really, it's a huge difference. 14 to 16 is only 2 minutes, but it is a massive difference because at about 13-ish minutes, this team is going to start pushing, right? And they're not going to start pushing at 14. They're not going to start pushing at 15. They're going to start pushing at 13 or 14, right? And that means that if they are pushing, you're not going to get space. If you don't get space, you are not going to get to complete that battle fury, right? Maybe that's what happened in this case, but I don't think so because you actually didn't get a death or assist or anything like that. Anyway, so once you get the battlefield before they start taking over the map, you can actually just go to the jungle and keep farming, and you don't care too much. But when I was saying anti-mage is bad, is because first of all you need to support to babysit you for 14, 15, in this case 16 minutes, and after that you need your entire team, the rest of the four people, the four random strangers in your team, you need them to make space for you for the next 10 or so minutes so you can farm up your manta at the very, very least so that you can be fight ready. And looks like you got your manta at 27 minutes, which is once again 2 minutes delayed. Should have had this by 20. Well, you should have had this by 23, 24, but 27 minutes isn't too bad for Battle Fury Manta. You died 3 times, so if you hadn't died 3 times, you would have had this earlier, so it's not too bad. Um, but really, you need your team to make space for you, and the fact that you died.
Well, now, if you're anti-mage, you make space for your team. Your
No,
team
no,
can
no,
make
no, no.
space for you.
Absolutely not. It's the other way around. I don't know who told you that, but that's
How?
absolute. Well, in
He was
8K,
like,
maybe
you
you
should
make
expect
space for your
people to.
team.
Okay.
Sorry? Sorry?
He was like, you should expect people to make space for you. You're an anti-mage. You have an escape mechanism. You have to like make space for your team.
Okay. See, this is when I say that you should not copy or listen to people who are too high MMR because, okay, yes, Anti-Mage has an escape mechanism and he can split push, but you can't do jack shit split pushing if you have no vision, if you have no wards, and in 1 second, 78 people are going to be right on top of you, killing you, right? This guy is probably going to have a blink really, really soon. There you go. 11 minutes in, he's got a blink. That means that anytime after 11 minutes you are in lane, this guy will be able to kill you because you are not going to have wards. Let's see how many wards were bought by your team this game. uh there we go. No, wow, this guy bought a lot of wards. That's actually super surprising. He actually supported the shit out of you. So this is not a bad game to watch, to be very honest with you, because
Yeah, we
uh
should. Well, maybe we should watch the draw one because
yeah,
I want to play a lot of draw, and
yeah,
you said don't play a lot of anti-mage, so
yeah.
I played a lot of anti-mage before,
But the
but
thing is, like, you rely on your four allies not to feed, basically. And but they're gonna be 4v5, and they're idiots, so they're probably gonna feed. So even though you have Battle Fury, because your allies are gonna be feeding, the enemy team is gonna be getting more gold than you will be getting from your Battle Fury. So it's because of this. Anti mage. It's really tough. It is. You actually lost every single game of anti-mage that I can see so far. Oh, it has been. And no, it's you shouldn't be sad that oh I'm a bad anti-mage player. You're probably a good anti-mage player, except right here you got Battle Fury at 24 minutes.
No,
Um,
I always get Battlefield in like 18 minutes, 19 minutes. I never
yeah,
get it
that
very fast. I
that's
don't.
that's not good enough. That's not good enough. That means you need better last hitting. You need practice last hitting. Anyway, let's jump into a Drow game. Which Drow game do you want to go in?
Okay. Go to the draw game, the 51 minutes rank that I won.
That you won.
Yeah,
Why do you want to go into this game?
because I think I played like decent at that game,
Okay.
and we still have some stuff to talk about. Like there are some games that I make so many dumb mistakes that I'm like, I don't even want to watch this because I already know that I made so many dumb mistakes.
No, it's important to watch them because you think you made dumb mistakes, then you want to go in and watch what dumb mistakes they were and how you can fix them. You know,
Okay. Wait.
in a game which you played well and you have no idea why you lost, most likely you're going to replay. You'll see some mistakes, but you probably won't see why you lost because it's most likely some very small things that you overlook, which are the reasons behind that, and maybe it's a skill build, maybe it's an item build. Anyway, looking at this game,
So you
you
want to
have
watch that I lost?
no. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine.
I mean, you
Um,
can watch my last game.
okay, this one.
Yeah, you can watch my last game. Okay.
Wow, I don't even need to watch this game. I can see why you guys lost. I mean, just look at the amount of. Okay, what? People are buying wards. This is very new to me. This is some weird 2K bracket where people are buying wards. This guy bought 16 wards. That's actually super
They
surprising.
put it in weird spots though.
Yeah, that's the other issue. They're gonna buy wards even if they
This
buy wards.
troll was like trolling the whole game. It was so stupid.
Uh,
Anyway, watch another one. I don't know.
no, I think you wanted to watch this one. You said you did well, so let's watch this game. Um, the issue in the 2K bracket with Drow. So the way you want to play Drow, ideally, the right way to play Drow, is you want to have ideally five ranged heroes or four ranged heroes and one Tide Hunter or a Beastmaster or something like that to CC, basically crowd control. Um, and you want to get treads and maybe Dragonlance by about 12, 13 minutes. And that's the moment that you want to group up as five and start pushing. And even if you don't group up as five, by that time, you want to make sure that once you get treads and you get level 6, you want to make sure you take your tower, your safe lane, the enemy's tower, your safe lane tower, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you want to take that tower once you have level 6 and you have tread. Now, yeah, after that, once you get that,
Can you watch my perspective? Oh,
yeah, it
you
is.
are.
Yeah, once you get that, then you want to be grouping up as five, and you want to be pushing, and you pretty much want to be constantly grouping up as five. They have a specter, so after you take this tower, you want to go to bot lane, group up as five, take this tower, ward up their entire jungle, make sure specter can't be in their jungle or farm in their jungle, start taking the next tower. Their only option, they're gonna have two options essentially. One option is gonna be to go and fight you guys. When you have a Drow lineup at 13 minutes in, your entire team is going to have tons of damage, and as I said, you're going to have a Tide or a Beastmaster to control. And if they come and fight, they will all die and they will lose the game. The other option that they have is go and push another lane. So what they will do most likely is they'll go and push top lane, right, or mid lane. It doesn't matter. But the thing is that your team will always push faster. Team with Drow Ranger will always push faster. You have the precision aura. You turn that on. Every range creep starts hitting faster. If they have all their team pushing one lane, then the other lane is also going to be pushing because your range creeps have going to have extra damage as well. Um, so you're definitely going to be taking the better trade. By the time they take one tower, you'll be already at their base, right? So that's essential. And you start sieging base. You kill them. You take Roshan. You take their racks. You go into the next lane. And you keep doing that. And at 20 minutes in, you're going to have their whole. all the outer towers and maybe one set of racks as well, and you're going to win the game. Now, in the 2K, that's never going to happen. Forget about it. You can essentially just erase what I just told you in the past 2 minutes, right? In your games, nobody's going to group up. Nobody's going to
I asked them
push.
to.
Yeah, even if you ask them to, they're probably not going to know how to push together. Right? They're going to be jumping behind the tower. They're going to be tower diving. They're going to be doing all sorts of that shit. When you're in a Drow lineup, you do not want to dive a tower. You're going to force them to come towards you, come into your five man, and die there. You're not going to want to go and jump in after them because that's where you lose, right? So even if you force your team, if you tell your team, let's go push S5, you start pushing S5, they see your LC or somebody sees one person there, they're gonna jump him right away. Ignore the tower and jump that person to kill them. The thing with Drow lineup is you don't give a shit about kills. You care only about tower. Tower is your number one priority and only priority. If a kill is being served to you on a silver platter, yeah, you'll take it. But otherwise, you're not going to use any resources to get a kill. But as I said, in your games, that's not going to happen. So when you play Drow Ranger, you don't play her as a regular pusher Drow Ranger. You have to think of it as a fighting Drow Ranger. And when you're fighting Drow Ranger, you biggest thing that you need is diffuse maelstrom axe. Right? You need to get your maelstrom axe as quickly as possible. You need to get treads. You need to get dragonlance. You still push towers, but you're almost pushing towers by yourself. You need to try to get your support to put a ward up here. Until you get a ward up here, you're not going to push this tower. Unless, obviously, you see 4 of them or 5 of them somewhere else in the lane. In that case, you just push the tower and then you keep going until they start TPing out or you see another person back here or something like that. You just need to be safe, is what I'm trying to say. So if you have a ward here, you will know if somebody's TPing in here and who's there, somebody defending or not. So, and then you can take that tower safely. But you do not essentially fight until you have Maelstrom and Axe. And once you have Maelstrom and Axe, that's it. And now you can fight. Also, against this lineup, you want to have BKB as well. So it's almost like you want to have BKB, then Ags. Sorry, it's BKB, then BK. You want to have Maelstrom, then BKB, then Axe. So that after Maelstrom and Axe, you can sort of fight. Because they will be fighting quite early. Also, they have a Pudge. Now, when they have a Pudge, you really need to play very safe because if you're pushing this tower and you don't have a ward here, Pudge can just quickly hook you. Any tower, Pudge can hook you. So you do not want to push a tower with a Pudge in the enemy team without having good vision around the tower. Right? If you have a ward here, then you can actually quite easily push this tower because you're gonna know Pudge is not in this vicinity. He can't hook you from here all the way to here, right? Because that's how far the ward vision is gonna be. Actually, even more than this. So you're definitely safe. And same goes for every single tower that you're gonna want to push. Also, when you're farming, you do need a lane ward. Like in this case, you want a ward over here because Pudge you can see is bot, but when Pudge disappears from bot, you're gonna be in trouble. So you definitely need
Where do I want to ward in the lane?
Here, around here, so that you can know if somebody's TPing in. Like right now, when you're not pushing, you want to have a ward here, so you can know if somebody's coming in from here. Somebody TP'd. You can keep an eye out on the offlaner. You can know if he's going in here to pull these stacks, things like that. So you want to have vision on the offlane.
My 2 jungles, like that's where I usually put my ward, like between my 2 camps.
Here?
No, like go
here?
Like yeah, a little bit top. That's usually where I put my ward.
This is where the offlaner needs to put his ward. You don't need vision in here. You need a ward.
Support, I usually put it there because I think if the mid player is missing, they would come for my jungle.
Okay, so at the start, mid player is not going to come. Right, mid player is not going to come until at the very minimum 4 minutes. Right, so you don't need to worry about that. If anybody is going to come, it's going to be from this area. Somebody's going to TP in here. probably a second support or something, or a pudge. They're going to TP in here, and they're going to come from this direction. Also, you want to keep an eye out on the offlaner so you know where he is at all times, so he's not making some plays for you, or he's missing and going in for kills or something. So you want to have a ward over here. Then at around 2-3 minutes, you want to take a ward, and you want to put a ward over here. And now you've completely secured your safe lane. You've secured it from this direction. You've secured it from this direction. You secured it from. Pretty much safe lane is fully safe, right? But until you have these wards, this is not at all a safe lane. This is this is the death pit right here. Okay. Also, when you have a clockwork and also when you have a pudge, you need a force staff. So essentially, what I'm saying is you want treads, dragonlance, and first item you go for hurricane pike, which is somewhat different to what I said because I said you need maelstrom and ags, and if it's a case of a lot of magic damage, then you need BKB. You do need all of them, but you also need force staff. So it's really tough this game because what you need to do is rush for Hurricane Pike because you're rushing Force Staff, and then it's just 300 extra gold to get Hurricane Pike, which is pretty decent. So basically, what it means is like your game is going to be delayed a lot because you're being forced to go Hurricane Pike. Drow Ranger does farm really fast, so you're okay. It's not too bad for you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so your last hitting is slightly needs improvement because if you're playing this much Drow, then you should be doing a better job of last hitting. Very risky. Okay. Start your item build. I did not at all speak about your starting item build, which is my mistake. Your starting item build, you have a windlace. I don't know why you have a windlace.
Well, speed.
Sorry?
I feel like I'm very slow in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, but the windlace is not the way you solve it. Actually, you don't solve that problem. It's a problem that you have to deal with, and it's a problem that you have to fix with better positioning. And it's somewhat a problem that you can fix with gust because if you get slightly out of position, you can just gust them back. But windlace starting item, you're wasting a lot of gold on this. It's definitely not worth it at all. If you want to start off with a full Wraith Band. You want to have Wraith Band and Tangos, and then you first 400 gold, you go for brown boots, and that's it. Then it's in about, I don't know, 2 minutes, roughly less than 2 minutes, 1 minute 30 seconds. You fixed your movement speed issue, right? So that's what you want to be doing. And then you upgrade it straight to treads if you need some HP and keep the treads on physical. Or keep the treads on strength so that you can, deal with some nukes and whatnot if you need to. Otherwise, keep them on agility and you get more damage, give your team all the damage, etc. etc. And after that, definitely you need what's it called? Upgrade of this Aquila, Ring of Aquila, because it gives you regen so that you can use your frost arrows more. You use gust more. Yeah, basically you need regen, mana regen. And after that, you can decide if the lane is tough, you want to go for Mask of Death, or as it called, Morbid Mask. Actually, this Dota 2. So you go for Morbid Mask, and then you can actually farm jungle safely, and you can get your items really, really quickly in the jungle. But as we said, ideally, Treads, Aquila, Dragonlance, that's your item build. Okay. Skip through this. I want to get to the point. Here. This is the point. All right. So you were standing here, you were farming quite safely, and right now you have enough distance to be right-clicking this guy. And that's what you should be doing. You should be using frost arrows to right-click, because if you press frost arrow and then click this guy, or obviously not with the mouse, and then just just press the Q and use your orb on this guy, these creeps are not going to aggro to you, and that's what you should be doing. You should be using your frost arrows to hit this guy, which is what you're doing right now. But you move closer. That's something you don't want to do. If he starts moving towards you, you need to move back immediately. You do not want him to get into a right clicking distance of you. Definitely not. This is just free harass that you want to get off on him. And the only time you are okay to right click him, okay to let him right click you, if you're standing here and he comes all the way up to you and starts right clicking you right here, because what's going to happen is you're still using your frost arrows, right? So you're slowing his
Yeah.
you're slowing his movement speed by 16%. By 16%, so he can't run away that fast. But also, these three creeps are going to aggro to him. And because you're using frost arrows, these creeps are not going to aggro to you. The enemy creeps are not going to aggro to you, but your creeps, all four of them, are going to aggro to him, and they're going to start hitting him. Right? Each of these creeps does 20 damage. That's a total of 80 extra damage that he's going to be getting from the creeps, whereas you're not getting any damage from them, and he's only dealing you this much damage. You're dealing your damage, 60, and you're kind of trading with that much, but he's getting 80 extra damage per hit. And if he realizes, oh, I'm not getting a good trade, then he's going to start running away. And he's running away slow. All your creeps are still attacking him. You're still doing damage to him. It's the best trade-off you can possibly get. And that's how you win your lane if you have higher skills than the enemy team, right? That's essentially the gist of it. That's it. That's the entire scenario. But what you did wrong here is you actually chased him, which is wrong, right? Now what you've done is you've isolated yourself. Now this is all his creeps. This is his territory. Your creeps are here. Your safety is here. Now when he not only that, he's also clockwork. He deals damage by battery assault by being close to you. If he's standing here and he uses battery assault, it's being spread out on 4 creeps and you. So it's being spread out on 5 people, right? But if he uses it all on you, then that's, what is it, 10 instances, not more, that's 1, 10 20 damage, so it's 10, 200.7, so it's about 300 and something damage that he's going to do all to you. Whereas if you were standing here, that 300 damage would be spread over to 5 people, right? So you're not taking any damage almost. So that's the mistake you made. You got so close to the clockwork, and you had to use your gust just to get away from him. And at the end of the day, look at the trade right here. You traded equally, only equally. 680, and you took about 300 damage, and he took about 300 damage as well. So you literally got an even trade, which, as I explained to you, you could have done. Like, you could have killed him here if he'd made the mistake of coming close to you, or that was just free harass. You could have gotten off on him. All right, back to last inning. You're eating tangos. That's good. Okay. You're down to 2 tangos, and this is a time where you have to ask yourself, okay, I don't have any more region left, right? So what am I gonna do? Am I gonna buy more region and ferry it out to me, or anytime soon I'm gonna get some HP region item like morbid mask, right?
Yeah.
It's called morbid mask, or it's called mask of death. I forget, because I don't know what it was called before. Now it's called.
No, it's morbid mask.
Okay, morbid mask. It was called mask of death. So yeah, so if you're planning on getting that anytime soon, then fine. You can just go with 2 tangos, and you can pretty much get another 700 gold without needing any more HP region. And once you have that, then you're okay. But if you're not planning on that, then when you're down to 2 tangos, you wanna get more. You want to get more tangos. Actually, you want to do that when you have 1 tango left. But in case the courier is busy or something, you don't want to be stuck with, 500 less HP and no tangos. So you want to get more tangos immediately. Missing last hits, which you shouldn't be missing. All right, so you're going for Aquila, which is good. All right, you got level 6. That was a good time. What you should have noticed is you've got not only do you have a range creep, and not only that you have a range creep, but you also have a catapult, right? So this was the time that you should have recognized, okay, this is my time to push this tower and take this tower. I don't know when you use Precision Aura, to be honest, but this is the moment where you should have used Precision Aura. You should have killed all of these creeps and started hitting the tower. You could have done like at least 500-600 damage, at least half of the tower HP, and then the next time at 7.5 minutes when the creep wave comes with another
Yeah, I
catapult,
just yeah.
then you take the
So
tower.
when you have a catapult, like it's easier to push a tower. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, because the
Okay.
tower deals.
Okay.
Not the tower.
Like I just didn't feel safe enough to actually like get close to the tower, to be honest.
the
Um.
the siege creep does, I think, 40% extra damage to towers, to structures. So if you are giving the siege creep, what is it, 21 extra damage, then that 21 extra damage is going on top of this 40 damage. So he's got 61 damage, and then he's dealing 40% extra damage. So that's like what, 6 was 24. So he's dealing like 85 damage to this tower. So not only that, but also this creep is dealing 21 or whatever damage it was, extra damage. So both of these guys are dealing a lot of damage, and then on top of you, you're dealing a ton of damage. So you can take the tower really, really quickly.
Yeah, it says they do increase damage 150%.
150. Oh wow, it's 50% damage. Wow, 150% actually, but yeah, 50% extra. Interesting. I thought it was 40%, so it's actually 50% extra. So yeah, so it's actually 50% extra, which is huge, right? So instead of 80, they're actually doing 90 something damage. That's pretty damn awesome. Um,
Um. Oops.
okay,
No,
carry.
at this point I kind of like I don't know. Oh, anyway.
Is it no? Carry on.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Um, Yeah, so also when you have level 6, that's your kill potential on the offlaner. And that this is what I mean. Like you can actually. I hope you do go. Oh, you could have gone for a kill on this guy quite easily. It was even at this point. Right here was a kill that you missed. Anytime he shows himself, actually it's a bit tough with just brown boots because you need a little bit extra. Oh wait, you have windlace as well, so you definitely could have killed him. You have a lot of movement
So
speed.
I don't see where the pudge is, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So if you actually did that because you didn't see the pudge, then that's a very good move. But then again, look at your positioning. You can get hooked, but you are constantly moving, so it's okay. So now you see the pudge mid. So now you should be pretty confident that okay, the pudge is mid, so he's not going to be able to do anything. So I can quite easily.
Yeah, pressure him.
Yeah, but you are. What are you?
I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, dude? So
um,
if you'd come here to take this farm, oh, you're pulling. Okay,
I
so
just wanted to like get more items than farm. More I didn't want it to push a tower. I guess I don't know.
that's fine. But what you can do is, so when you take this last creep, what you could have done is you still have one tango. So what you could have done is you could have gone over here, eaten this tree, and at 23 seconds you pull this creep wave
Yeah,
over to that side. And then what you can do is just come back quickly to the lane, take
I
those
just
four
I
creeps.
just wanted to eat my tango. I know
Sorry.
it. Like I know I know it. I just didn't want to waste my
No,
tango.
that's fine. That's fine because as I said to you earlier, that you needed four more tangos because you down to your last tango. Once you use it, what are you gonna do? If you lose extra HP, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be down to your last tango. So you definitely, if you're not gonna have any extra HP regen items and you don't have any healing supports or mechanisms or anything like that, then you definitely need to get more tangos and always have extra. You need to have HP regen ready. So you could have eaten this tree, topped up this whatever almost 90 HP. Could have topped that up, and then you once you pull this, then you have to go and stand in front of these four creeps because you want to get that lane farm first, and then go on to this side, and then you could have taken this farm as well, and that's how you maximize your farm. In fact, when you go over to my channel and look at the improving playlist, you can. There's a video that I what's it called? God damn it! It is called something like oh god, this one, 138 CS at 10 minutes. So if you watch that, it shows what you can potentially have by really maximizing your CS. Now, obviously, in a real game, that's not going to be possible. But it's in an ideal world scenario where you can potentially have that much or even more than that last hit. So once you clear out this lane, you go on to this big creeps, you kill the big creeps, then you come on to this side and you take the small camp, and then you go back to the lane and you rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You constantly keep doing that. What that's going to enable you to do is take two every single minute. It's going to allow you to take two camps.
Oh god.
What it's
Okay.
going to allow you to take two camps, and it's going to allow you to take the entire lane farm as well. So that's really maximizing your farm and XP, right? Were you laughing at the last hits?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like this is like you need if you're playing a hero that you're playing a lot. You need to go onto arcade. You need to oh, it's right here. You need to type last hit, and this game will come up. Last hit challenge, this one, and you need to pick Drow, and you need to practice Drow in this, and you need to make sure you do this every single day at the start of your day. You play like 10 minutes of this. You get your creep score, like you get your it's 2.5 minutes. So at 2.5 minutes, there's exactly 20 creeps. So you want to make sure your last hits is 20. You need to get it to 20, and then you start working on your denies, so that you actually like once you get your what's it called? God damn it! Once you get this accuracy to 70+% or 80%, that's then you are perfect. Then you're really good because this accuracy is actually last hit plus denied, and you most likely not going to get all the last hits and all the denies. So really, this last hit if number right here, this has to be 90% or 95% even. Has to be right. Whereas this accuracy, you don't really care too much about the denies. Not too much, at least not until you can get this number to 95%. But once you get it to 95%, then you start working on the denies so that you can be really a big, strong powerhouse in the mid lane. Sorry, in your lane. All right. So still farming. You see Spectre. Okay, you see Spectre. Now you need to worry because Spectre rotated to the top lane. Most likely, Spectre supports are also going to be here. So now is the time where you should be worried. Like, okay, are they here? Are they top? Where's the Pudge? Right now, you don't see them, so it's okay. You do a lot of harass to him, and you're playing very safe. So this is actually a complaint that I have to say. I have a complaint to make is that you are actually playing you're playing too defensively. When you are a Drow
No,
Ranger,
I hear
you.
that a lot, to be honest. Like, I hear that comment a lot that I play very passive. That's the
Mhm.
word that.
So if you play passive, then you should play heroes who benefit from playing passive. Um,
Like,
I don't know what heroes benefit from playing passive, to be honest, because there's a degree of aggression that you have to just turn it on when you see an opportunity. Like all heroes, almost all heroes, the way you play every single hero in this game is you play defensive, you play passive until you see an opportunity, and then you just turn on that aggression. Now, some of those heroes you're turning on that aggression like 95% of the time. So it's only 5% of the time you're playing passive. It's almost like that is a super aggressive hero. But like most heroes, that is pretty much the case. But you are playing very defensive and passively like throughout. You're looking at there are opportunities that are passing by, and you're not turning on the aggression. You're not taking those opportunities, and that is I can honestly say your biggest mistake right now, as so far in the 10 minutes. No, that's not your biggest mistake. Your biggest mistake is last hitting. Your second biggest mistake is definitely not. Uh, actually, I think your biggest mistake is not getting the aggression on because even if you get really good last hits, if you don't use that advantage, if you don't use that farm you know, to your advantage, then what's good? What's the point with of having all that farm? It's going to go to waste. Might as well let your support farm because you're not going to do anything with the farm. So you need to take advantage of opportunities. You need to know when you are stronger than the enemy offlaner, when you're stronger than the enemy whoever is there, and and take advantage of that. Like dying a lot, it's good because it teaches you the limits, right? It teaches you uh, how much can you, how much aggression can you lay on them before it's you cross the limit and die. Uh, yeah. All right. So it's about to be 10 minutes, and that's when I want to look at your CS. See, that's what I mean. That's aggression. That is, you didn't need to use silence, but you already threw him out of the lane. And once okay, up until, so this is beautiful. You see that that's a melee hero. You see you're a ranged hero. You do tons of damage. You slow. Right clicking, still right clicking. Should still be right clicking. And noticed another mistake that you're making. But you didn't need to use silence at this point. You made him go down to half HP. So fantastic. Go back to your lane and get these last hits. Get these last hits because they're more important than harassing this guy. He's already left the lane. He's already got to go and heal. He has no regen. He's going to go back to base now. You've already made him go back to base. There's no way you can kill him.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have missed the last hit. I guess.
Exactly. Alright. Going back to, so there we go. 10 minutes in. That's it. 45 CS. Right. So out of 82, you've got 45 CS. This number has to increase. Has to increase. Right. So this has to go up to, especially on Drow Ranger. I think it's not unreasonable to say that you should have about 65 to 70 CS guaranteed, especially against a lane, an easy lane where it was just a clockwork who wasn't even contesting you. You pretty much had 10 minutes of free farm in this lane, and you've only got 45 CS. That's just not acceptable. You needed to have a lot more CS. Um,
Wow, so I almost like missed like half of it. Is that what you're saying?
exactly, yeah.
Oh my
Almost
god.
half of it. Just about. Okay.
Oh no.
Did that guy just ulti a solo person? Does he even? Eesh. Can you pause for 1 second? Let me just tell my friends that don't start without me. Okay. Yeah, have the CS. So two biggest mistakes that you've made is number one, CS. You need to maximize your farm, and you neck. Oh god damn it! I forgot what I was. Hmm. Yeah, taking advantage and last hitting. Those are the two biggest mistakes that you've made. Do you watch do you watch high level players playing games, playing Dota?
Yeah.
Who do you watch?
RTZ.
Okay, definitely stop watching RTZ. Guaranteed.
What was that?
Sorry?
Okay.
Yeah, you're not learning anything from RTZ. Nobody learns anything from RTZ. Okay. Go on to the watch section. Go on to live type Drow Ranger, and nothing's gonna come up. Perfect. Nope, nothing's coming up. Okay, I think it's probably because I'm already in a game. But if you type Drow Ranger or whatever that person it is, Drow Ranger, right? Not damn it, I really. Drow Ranger. So if you type Drow Ranger, only the games which have Drow Ranger will come up, and then you can actually watch those. And I would also advise you not to watch more than 4K. Like this is the kind of game, or even okay, 5K is the maximum that you can watch. But if you go too high level, then it's gonna be games with scenarios. Even 4K, 5K will have scenarios that aren't exactly true in your games because people are going to be playing, everybody's playing at a higher level, so it's not always going to be true. So but still it will help you get a better understanding of how to position your hero, where to position, what item build, skill build, how to deal with aggressive tri lanes, how to deal with stuff like how to just generally play that hero at a higher level. Also go into join Dota and try watching these games right here, the ones that are being played right now, because the best thing about this is it's going to be all commentary, and the commentator is going to be telling you things which you're not going to find out like in your regular games. They're going to be, telling you about different skill builds and why people are doing different things, and just it's going to be extremely helpful. Okay, you didn't bother going in and helping him, so that's good. But as I say that, you're actually coming back in to help him, which is not good because you don't have vision here. Okay, now you're going to go in for the kill. Very, very dangerous since the clock is missing and can hook you any second. Now you're diving the tower. Again, very, very dangerous. And you got a kill. And now you're going to die. Oh, nobody's going to go on you because now you have 3 people. So you might actually, yeah, you got hooked. And exactly what I said, the clock is the one who killed you. So, not worth it at all. That was tunnel vision right there. You don't want to be diving towers with Drow. I think I mentioned that. But you don't have anything defensive. You have treads, but you don't have force staff. You don't have blink dagger. You don't have invis. Oh yeah, I forgot about invis. I think in your games it might be best to rush Shadowblade. I'm almost confident in that one. 100% confident in that one. You rush Shadowblade every single time because it gives you escape, it gives you initiation, it gives you damage, DPS, everything that Drow needs. So Shadowblade.
After the treads.
Sorry.
Like get treads, Aquila, and then go for Shadowblade.
Yeah, treads, Aquila, Shadowblade. You kind of skipping out Dragonlance then, because you are not really pushing towers. You're not going to push towers in your games anyway. So treads, so Dragonlance and all that is really to push towers, but you're not going to do that. So I think Shadowblade is the best item. Actually, it'll help you push towers as well, to be honest. But you're trapped in there.
Okay.
Barack Osama killed got a double kill, so that's pretty good. So you are going for Dragonlance, which is once again a really, really good item on all edgy, ranged edgy heroes, even some melee heroes. But you kind of want to have the Organ Club first, because first of all, it is the more expensive item, and secondly, the bigger reasoning is that it gives you 200 extra HP, and Drow Ranger is really squishy.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
So get that one first. Okay.
Once again, you're pushing the tower. Ooh, you got hooked.
Oh, fuck.
That's what I meant. Like you need a vision around the tower, and that will happen.
Backing up. It was so close.
Yeah, you were backing off, and the thing is, like, I think if you had been looking here, you would have seen Pudge.
But I said TP, right? But I didn't know it was Pudge. Wait, if somebody is TP, I should be able to say who it is before he TPs, right? By the color.
Yeah, by the color. Because at this point right here, you can actually see Pudge, right? Because he actually TP'd and he was there, but because you were looking top lane at that time, you weren't watching the minimap, or you weren't just watching. Oh wow, you actually just walked into that one as well.
Alright, yeah.
And that's a replay bug. You were gonna go that way and then you moved that way, so.
Oh god.
Happens. It's okay. Just don't push when you don't have vision on that area. Just go and farm. And again, also if you'd had Lothars, god damn it, the item names I keep getting this. It's late. Invis item, you would have escaped here as well, because you would have turned it on and then ran away, so probably wouldn't have been able to hook you. Okay, you're farming away. Also, when you have Morbid Mask, you can actually farm Ancients, and that's better because it gets you more gold. You can farm Ancients really, really fast, and that also allows other teammates of yours to be able to farm that jungle. because nobody really can farm the ancients, whereas you can quite easily farm the ancients. Even if somebody can farm the ancients but they're not farming it, then you should go and farm it. Nice, very good job. So yeah, you should go and farm it. It'll get you gold much quicker and all the good stuff. So yeah, you turned on the precision aura. I like that a lot. You see the pudge. You're probably telling your team, guys, be careful of the pudge.
I think I TP'd far back.
I actually phased out there a little bit. Sorry about that. I didn't really see what you did. You
I
don't have hotkeys?
What?
You don't have hotkeys?
I do.
No, you clicked the TP. Oh yeah, you TP'd way far back. No, because look, you actually clicked the TP and you clicked on the map, mini map. So you need to have hotkeys for all your
Wait,
items.
I have a hotkey that if you double click like a TP, right, it kind of gets me back to the base, but I don't have it for others.
You're telling me you don't have hotkeys for all six items?
I do.
Okay.
I just click on the TP.
Okay. I don't know what you're saying, to be honest. So your TP hotkey, if you click it, it gets you back to base immediately.
No, if you double tap.
Yeah, so if you single tap it, it'll land you wherever you want to go.
I don't know. I always click on the TP.
So you definitely need to use the TP with your hotkey. I mean, it'll save you time. That's pretty much all that is. Also, you could have like clicked on the mini map, gone on that place, clicked the TP, and then clicked on that spot, and that would have gotten you an assist. It's not a big deal. You didn't get that assist, but if it was a different scenario where you could have actually gotten a kill, or you could have saved your teammate or something, then you just wouldn't have been there.
There. Why didn't it stack? I don't think I stacked.
I think it did. Oh wow, okay. I think you pulled at the right time.
Fuck.
You pulled at 53, yes. So what the hell?
I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Because you went behind the trees, so they lost vision of you. So you wanna go over from this direction. Yeah, you wanna go over from this direction. You don't wanna go underneath the tree.
Okay.
So it looks like you are going for Shadowblade. So this is what I don't like, that you have Shadowblade and Dragonlance. The both of them. Okay, so Dragonlance is good stats. You need good stats if you're gonna stand in one place and right click and all that stuff, right? But what Shadowblade does is it allows you to be a bit more aggressive, have better positioning, um, have escape and all that. So you don't necessarily need the stats, survivability, and all that, because that's what this item is. You're spending 3,000 gold on this item for. Right. So after you get Shadowblade, then you can actually go for Ags and Maelstrom, so that you can team fight even better. So you kind of waste 2,000 gold here by going Dragonlance, because you either want to go for Dragonlance or want to go for Shadowblade.
Okay. So what would you get if you don't get Dragonlance and you get Shadowblade?
Sorry, say that.
What would you buy if you don't get the Dragonlance and you get the Shadowblade first?
Yeah, if I get the Shadow Blade, then I would go straight for Maelstrom.
Why Maelstrom? Like
Bec-
nobody
bec-
beats that in Drow.
because you want to be able to fight, and Maelstrom Ags is the fighting build on Drow. And you can even go after Maelstrom and Ags. You can go Manta, or if you need Manta earlier, if they've got silences, for example, they make silence on this guy, or they have Storm Spirit with a silence, or they have, I don't know, Quap or Puck or something with a silence. Yeah, then you want to go for Shadowblade and then maybe Manta, which I don't necessarily like because they're both sort of defensive items. So maybe even skip Shadowblade in that case, or use Shadowblade defensively after they use Silence, but they're most likely gonna have Dust. I don't know in the 2K bracket, do they have dust when they come and kill an invis person or not?
No, sometimes they do, yeah.
Sometimes they do. So yeah, so Manta is almost better in that case. So don't go for Shadowblade. Just go straight for Manta. Like Treads, Morbid Mask, Ring of Aquila, and then straight Manta. And then after Manta, once again, Axe and Maelstrom. But I think in your bracket, Axe and Maelstrom needs to be your third and fourth item. Has to be. Nice, nice, and nice. So very nicely changed. Small thing here is that you actually didn't need to. If he's not running away, you don't need to use frost arrows. The reason for that is because you actually don't lifesteal if you use frost arrows, right? So wait,
Don't I do more damage with my stars?
no, you don't deal more damage. Frost arrow only slows the movement speed by a percentage. That's it.
Okay, so here that he's not running away, just
Yeah,
use regular.
just use
Yeah.
regular arrows because you're gonna heal at least, right? Not a huge deal, but if there were more people and you're fighting and all that, then
Okay.
all right. You almost got invis now. You're still farming away. It's okay. You should at this stage of the game, 25 plus minutes in, you want to stick more. Oh, you did.
How can I dodge it?
How can you dodge it?
Yeah, like I heard if you zigzag, you can dodge it. Like I gusted him. Maybe I shouldn't have. Was it the
Uh,
right thing to gusted him?
if you hadn't gusted him, then he would have hooked you a lot sooner. The thing is, you actually committed to this. You committed to going here. That's why he was able to hook you. If you instead of committing to one area, like instead of like you're going here and right here, you could have actually changed your direction, started going here, and then you started going here, and then you zigzag. Yeah, you couldn't. There's a chance that you dodge it, but because you committed to going here, and that's a really small, you know, choke point, that was a guaranteed death. That was a guaranteed. That was gonna guarantee the hook.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a big trees. So you want to make sure that you don't tank them. Yeah, so around this time you want to be sticking more with your allies. You 26 minutes. You've been almost non-stop just been farming. You haven't really gone with your team. There have been times where your team has sort of gone with you to push towers, but you have not really stuck out with your team. And what this means is that you probably die a lot to heroes like Slark, Bounty Hunter, and Ricky and Storm, right?
Because I can be left alone.
Because you're all alone, yeah. So there is a point in time where you don't ever want to be by yourself unless you're underneath the tower, and even underneath the tower, heroes like Storm Spirit can kill you, dive you, and kill you. Axe heroes like that, they can dive you and kill you. So you need to be around at least one other teammate, so that they can turn it around. So that enemy team needs a minimum of two heroes to gank you. In which case, you want to have three people around you and all, etc. So around 25 minutes is the point where everybody has at least one or two big items or medium to big items, and they're going to start, team fighting and pushing and all that. So if you're all alone, then you're prone to being ganked and dying constantly. And looks like your team is winning at this stage of the game, so that's why the enemy team was pretty much occupied. They were able to make a lot of space, and you utilized that space by farming and all that, and you didn't die. You could have, if this was an even score,
Like I
you would
don't
have.
understand why you're diving right now. Like I wouldn't have dived. Like I don't know. Most of the times I don't know. And then I would do it because everybody else are doing it, and then I die. You know what I mean? Like you're like, okay, I don't want to fight this because I don't think it's good. But then just because everybody are going in, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go in as well, and then you just die.
No, that's a big mistake. If you feel like you shouldn't go in, then you shouldn't go in. Don't think that our team is going in and going after them. That's a big mistake. That's a mistake that everybody makes. I make that mistake sometimes as well. That is definitely a mistake that you want to avoid.
Yeah.
If your gut is telling you not to go in, then that's your instincts, and you should trust your instincts. Whoa. Okay. Okay. There's two hooks and a arrow, so there's so much you can dodge. It's also why Hurricane Pike would have been better this game. Also, if you'd had a Maelstrom by now, you would have been pushing out these Furion waves so much faster.
Mhm.
It
Okay.
looks like you're going for Hurricane Pike now.
Yeah.
So now you've got Shadowblade and Dragonlance, and you're going for Hurricane Pike. So you're kind of getting the same item over and over and over again. Because all three items do almost the same. Well, Dragonlance and Force Staff and Dragonlance into Hurricane Pike is good, but you don't want to have Dragonlance and then make Shadowblade. And if you want have Shadowblade, then you don't want to have definitely don't want to have Force Staff. You want to have either Dragonlance or Force Staff, and same goes for Dragonlance. Sorry, you want to have either Shadowblade or Force Staff, and that's why you also want to have either Dragonlance or her Shadowblade. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I do.
All right, you're gathering up. You turn. I like the fact that you turn on this precision aura. It's probably because you play a lot of Drow, so that's good. Even I sometimes forget to use it because if you don't play a lot of Drow, it's a skill that you
Okay,
don't
okay,
use
okay.
every
Pause,
race.
pause, pause, pause. So the other thing is like when we're taking a tower and my team passed through the tower to like kill the enemy team or whatever, I usually don't pass through the tower. Like I
Yeah.
usually just sit back and hit the tower, and even if my team dies, I don't care. I just want to get the tower.
You remember at the beginning, this is exactly what I said that with Drow Ranger, you want to be hitting the tower, not go behind the tower, and your
Yeah.
team in your 2K is always going to be doing that. There you go. This is right. That exact same thing is happening, and what you do is the right thing. You don't want to die behind the tower. You just want to take the tower. If after taking the tower, you reassess the situation. Okay, my team is not fully dead, so I can actually do something in this team fight. Go ahead and do it. But right here, you are too low. You need to run away right away. But you're sticking around,
Yeah.
and now you could die. And I feel like, oh, you're dead now. You're dead. Why did you do that?
Okay,
Why
don't
did
ask
you
why.
do? Huh?
Don't ask why.
Don't have, so you pop Shadowblade, so you recognize that it's dangerous time. It's time to run away. Good, just run away. Just go back home. Go and heal, and then get your items, and then come back later. So even right now, you are in danger of dying, but you were at least running away. But I don't know,
I tried
like
to fucking like, yeah, whatever. I
you
tried to
just
stick.
gave your life for this person. Like,
That was dumb. That was really dumb.
was this a friend of yours or something?
No, he was not a friend.
She's like, I love you so much, I'm gonna die for you. Here you go. I think you're watching too much RPG.
Oh god.
Alright, that's a good kill. Watching the wrong person, sorry.
No, it's my perspective. I think I was watching him too.
Okay, now you've got Hurricane Pike, that's good. Still, you don't really have a good DPS item. You've got a lot of escape and survivability, but you don't really have any DPS. So, that's something you need to fix with a Maelstrom.
They're all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See these huge waves? What does PA have? I bet she's got a battle. Oh, whoa! She doesn't have a battle fury. That's amazing. But she has equally stupid items. So it's almost battle fury would have been better.
Not many people would get Battle Fury on PA. It's not a must. I don't think it's a must.
No, no, it's not a good item on P anymore. It's not. Not in this meta. All right.
Oh God.
Now PA is all by herself. You can force
That.
tap her out. You should have force tapped her out.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It's fine. Don't necessarily want to be hitting a blade mail target. You should have used force tap to get closer. Should use force tap now.
Okay.
So you got an item that you didn't use for the entire team fight.
Uh, yeah.
Like you didn't well, you could have saved the PA. Oh, you used it now to, I don't know, get to the next camp quicker, I guess.
Well, the other thing about the force staff is like when I pop my team with it, oh shit, am I gonna die? When I pop my team with the force staff, I don't know which direction they're gonna go. Like, what if I kill him or something? Like, they just use the direction that they're walking there. So sometimes I just like kill him.
Yeah, just tell them I'm gonna force tap you.
That happened before. After that, I was like, I'm not gonna force tap you.
No, just tell them I'm gonna force tap you. I'm gonna force tap you. Face the right direction, and then force tap them. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that 1 or 2 seconds. They're not
To communicate, I guess.
like if they're gonna die in 1 second, then really there's no point communicating because they're gonna die anyway, and might as well just force staff them. Even if you force staff them in the wrong direction, they were gonna die anyway. But if most likely the only time you're gonna communicate is when they're like half HP and they're dying, and you're like, I'm gonna force staff you and save you, face the right direction, and then you force staff them and they will live. So.
Alright.
Okay, so this is a time where you definitely should be with your team. 100% you should be with your team. You should not be pushing by yourself. And any good player would have come there and killed you. Came there and killed you. Or two of them, or even Fury by himself. Yeah.
This nature's prophet keeps on pushing himself, so we have to keep on pushing the waves back.
Exactly. That's why you need Millstone and Ags. Because, alright, after this, I will actually show you what Millstone and Ags does.
Oh god. Alright, again, I don't know what we're doing, like we should take the tower.
Yeah, so it's like you took the tower already, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the time where you should have forced that Legion out. I think this guy forced that.
Oh my god,
You got hooked.
Oh, this is so dumb. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, most likely.
I can't believe it. I don't want to watch this.
Wait,
No,
you're not dying. You're still alive. You actually lived, and then you used the TP button to TP back home. You said you used a hotkey to double tap to get back to base, but that turned out to be a lie. Okay, now you've got a butterfly, and butterfly is an item that you want to get if you're gonna man fighting somebody. But in this team, nobody's really man fighting you, so.
How you get butterfly when anybody is right clicking?
Yeah, right clicking you, but nobody's right clicking you. Hudge dismembers you and kills you, but nobody really, like Spectre doesn't really jump you first and kill you. Like you've got a lot of people on your team. PA is there to man fight. LC is there to man fight. So you really don't need to man fight. You just need to make sure you have perfect positioning with Shadowblade, stand in the back and just right click away, kill everybody. And that's what you should be doing. But you lack damage. Yes, Butterfly is a little bit of a damage item as well, but it's just not enough. It's not enough to deal. Sorry?
I think I should have gone the BKB against the Clockwork.
The BKB doesn't help that much against Clockwork. He can still stun you through the BKB with his hook shot. Hutch can still do pure damage to you with the hook, and he can also dismember you. And then somebody in this they can just right click you to death. So BKB isn't necessarily the best item. I honestly think this game, the very best item would have been going treads. Morbid Mask is by itself okay, good enough. Kida going for Shadow Blade, and then immediately go for Ags and Maelstrom, and then Ags, and that would have allowed you to push any lane. And after that, you get straight up travel boots, and that would have allowed you to get push out every single lane within 2 seconds. You are going to be pushing waves faster than the Furion. You can get all the farm that Furion is making around the map, so you're actually boosting your economy so much because the Furion is just giving you free creeps constantly, and also every single team fight you're doing shit tons of damage. And after that, I think you should have gone for MKB because there is a Spectre who's got mischance, and you don't really want to be missing out spells. Sorry,
Wait,
hits.
wait, what?
So the Spectre's got a Radiance,
Oh,
so it does 17% mischance evasion. You didn't know that?
I didn't know Radiance has invasion.
Yeah, Radiance has 17% evasion.
Okay.
It's okay.
What other items have invasion?
Butterfly.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Let's see. Uh, um, uh, this thing, Solar Crest, it has 25% evasion. That's a pretty sure one. And Halberd, this one, has
Hmm.
25% evasion.
Okay.
But the aura not aura, it's the burn evasion, right? Whoever gets burned, uh, like if you have burn on you, and if you have this burn damage on you, then you are taking 50 damage per second and miss 17% of attacks.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
if you have BKB, then you don't take the burn damage and you don't miss. So you don't necessarily need to make um BKB. Sorry, you don't necessarily need to make MKB. You can actually just make BKB to counter the radiance. But obviously, you don't want to just turn on BKB just to prevent getting mischance. So I think MKB is still better in this game.
Oh God.
See, if you had Maelstrom Axe, clicking this guy, you would have been able to kill both of these guys at the same time as well. It is so overpowered, it's unreal. And you're hitting the guy with blade mail on, and you
I
had
like you saying if they have blade mail, I shouldn't like right click them. Like you still can't stop the right. I
if
mean,
you really want to right click them, then turn frost arrows off because at least you'll be able to life steal at least like 15% of it, right? So uh, you're taking all the damage, but at least you're taking like
yeah.
you're
I
regening
was
up a little bit as
cheated
well.
and die here. I was literally I was cheated
20
here.
HP left. One more right click and you would have died.
Exactly. That's fucked up.
Also, I think at this point you should have gone back to base because Furion. Wow, Furion could have killed you there and he didn't. So I think like Furion has the same issue as you, that he's too passive and too afraid.
Good.
Like all of these things that you big mistakes, that they are all that you can just improve. All you need to do is be a bit more active, like not active as in bit more like think a little bit more ahead and be like, okay, there is a clockwork in the lane. I'm a ranged hero. He's a melee hero. What does he have? He has battery
Yeah.
assault that can only hurt me if I'm close to him. He has cogs that I only need to worry about if I'm chasing him, or if I get close to him. I don't want to get stuck in it and I don't want to bump into it. So if I'm chasing him and he uses cogs, that's it. I stop and I turn back. And battery assault, as we talked about, and rocket flares don't really care. So as soon as you need to also know that, okay, right now I'm level 4, I'm level 3, I'm level 2. I don't do that much damage to him. I do some damage. I can get some free attacks off on him. I can do damage to him, but I don't really have kill potential on him. because I don't even have a support with me. But as soon as I turn level 6, that's it. Now I can actually kill him. I've got level 2 in frost arrows. I do 32% movement slow. I've got treads. I've got same movement speed as he does with treads. Both of us have treads. Well, he has maybe he's not gonna have phase boots at that time. No way, he's the offlaner. So he's only got brown boots. I've got treads, and I've got 32% movement speed slow on him, and I do shit tons of damage. And now I can actually kill him. This is the moment I actually kill him. As soon as you turn level 6, you're only looking for opportunities to kill the kill the what's his name, Clockwork, or whoever the offlaner is. And on the other hand, if it's somebody like Void, who can jump away, then you have to be like, okay, I can do damage to him, but I really need to use silence to be able to kill him, and I need to make sure that I can kill him in that 3 to 4 seconds of the silence. So unless I can guarantee that he's below, like, I don't know, 250 HP, there's no way I'm gonna kill him, right? So I have to make sure that I use Gust when he's below. So I just right click him, and as soon as I see, okay, he's less than 300, that's it. I Gust, and now I can kill him. But if he jumps away before that, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't have an opportunity anyway. I don't need to be sad. I didn't have the opportunity anyway. Why did you? Okay. So yeah, so these are the things, like this is how you can actually take advantage of your strength in lane and be more active, and that's when you need to turn on the aggression, like very very smart, calculated aggression. You don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna right click this guy, and suddenly
Yeah,
he kills you.
know which hero you can actually kill and which
Yeah,
hero
yeah, like not just which hero you can kill, but also what timing do you have. Like once Clockwork turns level 6, he can actually kill you because he can actually hook you, and then now he's on top of you, and now he's gonna do battery assault, and he's gonna trap you in cogs. Once he traps you in cogs, once he gets on top of you, you know that marksmanship has 80 bonus, well, bonus agility, but once somebody is 375 range of you, so essentially about this much range of you, you do half of that. So at level 1, you will have only 20 agility if they're within that area.
Yeah, so you need to be
Oh
away
wait,
from people to do more
grants
damage.
no grants no bonus. Actually, I think they changed it some time ago. You actually get no agility. You actually
Yeah.
don't get any agility.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if Clockwork gets on top of you, that's it. Your entire team has just lost damage.
Okay. Um, what I was going to ask is when I play Drow and I'm like hitting the like if I'm getting their barracks in the tower,
Hmm.
is it okay that I'm staying low ground and I'm not coming up ground when I'm hitting ground? Like I know that it's like a I don't know 30% mischance or something like that.
25% mischance. But if the enemy team is still alive, then you have to stay low ground. But if they're all dead, mostly dead, if it Pudge, Clockwork, if they're both are dead, then you can actually go high ground. If as long as
Yeah.
you know that you can like take a team fight if a team fight does occur, like you have to stay on the you can stay on the high ground without risking dying. But obviously, if you're on the high ground, Pudge hooks you or something like that, then you're dead. So yeah. Okay, questions.
I don't know. Um, okay, do you think if I want to climb MMR, especially like in this low bracket, do you think I should pick carries that are more independent? Do you think it even matters like
Yes.
which role you play, if
Yes,
you
it does.
support or carry or no? As long as you're good, you're gonna climb MMR. So it doesn't matter if you're
No.
playing carry or playing support, whatever.
I
Um,
don't agree. I agree with that to the sense that yes, as long as you're good, you will climb MMR, but you will climb at like 51% win rate, and that will take you 78 years. So, no, it's you don't
yeah.
want to do that. You
Well,
want
I
to.
want a hero or a carry that I know that if I master that, if I put my time there, it's gonna give me a result and I can actually climb the MMR.
There is
That's
no such hero that's gonna give you that because Dota is a balanced game and no one hero is super strong. I think Meepo would be one exception, but I would not advise you at all to play Meepo. Uh, but the thing is, what you need to do is okay, go in my videos, how to improve videos, and I go over this in detail. What you need to do is you need to have a hero pool, right? You need to have like 5 6 heroes for your carry, 5 6 heroes for your support, and maybe have
yeah.
another like if you like playing offlane or if you like playing jungle or roaming or whatever, have 5 6 heroes for that as well. And then you're gonna have like a 15 hero pool, and that's it. Now you need to you need to know everything there is to know about those heroes. Go into Dota 2 wiki, read about all those heroes, and you need to know what are the scenarios that those heroes are best at. And then you look at the team, you look at the enemy team, you look at your team, and then you can pick the right hero for the right situation. And that is how you can get 60%, 62%, 63% win rate. And that is how you climb fast.
Well, okay.
But yeah, farming is one of the biggest things. You need to get really good at farming, especially on this hero, Drow Ranger, who you play a lot. Like, this is. Uh, Too much. Oops. Really
I was
block
doing
bunch
all hero challenge. That's why I'm playing like different heroes. Yeah, I like was
Oh
trying to
wow,
do a all hero challenge, but I haven't.
that's pretty decent.
What?
Oh, you got pretty far. You can like I
I
don't
stopped on
try to go for all hero challenge, but